I'm here now with Mr. Brian Dragonuk, and Brian Dragonuk is the founder of Dragonuk Connects. And Dragonuk Connects is pretty much a networking website for people that are in the theater, acting, modeling. It's kind of a mix of a lot of different things. Brian, welcome, and thank you for coming to
Thanks for having me.
I wanted to talk to you a little bit about what made you come up with the idea of the Dragonuk Connect site.
When I got started 10 years ago, the first movie set that I was on was The Replacements.
Mm-hmm.
They were filming here in Baltimore. Keanu Reeves, Gene Hackman, yada yada. That was really my first thing. Now,
Mm-hmm.
I was lucky enough to be able to work 43 days on my first film.
Wow.
Okay, and on that film there were 15,000 paid extras.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that I got to network with.
Uh-huh.
So it's a constant turnover of 300-400 people a day. Some of them worked just one day and you never saw them again.
Mm-hmm.
Others were there a lot. You could get actors to tell you that they did this TV commercial, they were on this other show, they did a public service announcement, but when you went to ask them, well, how did you get it? They wouldn't tell you a thing.
Yeah.
There was actually one guy had a list of all of the scam artists in the area, and when people would talk to him about how to get started, he'd feed them all of the scam artists because he figured that if you got burned fast, you wouldn't be a competitor looking for his next job against him. So I started when I got bits and pieces of good, solid, verifiable, quality information. I started passing it around the set, okay? And, you know, meeting at lunch with a group of 40 or so people and collecting and passing out information. When the movie was over with, I decided to do periodic dinners. So I'd find a restaurant where, like a Chinese buffet, where you pay coming in and we would reserve, you know, the whole center of the restaurant or whatever. And we'd come in and we'd have an evening there just networking amongst each other, passing information around. So I did 2 of those in 2000. The Replacements was in the end of '99. And by the end of the second one, I started emailing people information because I collected email addresses.
Okay.
That progressed to Yahoo Groups that I used for 5 or 6 years, but Yahoo Groups has more problems with it than benefits. But since I'm giving this all away for free, I didn't have any income to do a real website where I had good control.
Right.
The other thing was that I kept collecting contact information on resources that the other actors could use, but I had no way of getting it to them.
Yeah, and that's what I wanted to talk to you about, because what you have done for the film community, and I know that I just moved back here from Palm Beach, and I've had the same issue that you're talking about, and many people have talked about, I'm sure, is someone doesn't want to give you information because they feel like you're going to get ahead of them. But you know, the reality is that each and every one of us is an individual, and then there's work for everybody, and what's meant for you is meant for you. And what you've done is you've created this situation where no one has to ask anyone for anything. The information's there, it's valuable, it's legitimate, and that's what makes it so amazing. I actually have acquired a couple of commercials from you, and I've been able to network, and I encourage other people to get on the site and network. There is a free section, but in order for you to be viewed by Casting agents and directors, that's where you pay, and it's actually a small amount of money. For the job that I got, and I'm going to be on there soon, registered soon, on the paid site, the job that I got paid me enough for that it should pay for the site for the year. So it's a real small amount to ask for casting directors to have accessibility to see you. So I just really encourage anyone that is looking to get into acting and modeling and really wants some legitimate resources to come to you. There's also the Model Expo that you did with Lisa Scott, which I thought was that was a great way for people to just come and have legitimate people right there.
We had close to 80 different people. Those are agents, casting directors, filmmakers, some resources. There were headshot photographers. There were the Screen Actors Guild and American Federation of Television and Radio Artists had a booth there. So the two main actors unions for film and video were present. We had some trade groups like Women in Film and Video, both their Baltimore and their DC branch office.
They were actually wonderful.
Were there, yes.
Pat Moran was there.
Pat Moran was there. She's probably the largest of the film and TV casting directors in the Baltimore area. Diane Heary came down from Philadelphia. She's one of the big two up there. Mike Lemon was scheduled, but he was sick that weekend and couldn't make it. But Mike had been at our first one and enjoyed it, and he was quick to sign on for the second one, and he would have been down from Philly also.
So when are you all doing the next one? Are you going to do it again this year?
They've been running about 18 months apart.
Okay.
We try to provide everybody that you need to advance your career in one room at one time, so that you know, you can get in and see everybody at once, update all of your information, make new personal contact to everybody, find the newer people that you don't have contact with. You know, it was $20 to get in because we had to pay. We laid out several $1,000s because of the venue that we had. Tables, chairs, tablecloths, insurance, et cetera, et cetera. But $20 an actor to get in and see everybody
at the same time.
Yeah, they couldn't drive from Washington to Philadelphia and see 2 of the 80 people for the amount of money that we charge to let them see all 80.
Now, Brian, when someone wants to get in contact with the Dragon Up Connect site, can you